All right, good afternoon, everyone. Today is Wednesday, the second day of April, 2025. As usual, I feel like I'm talking really fast already. Hey guys, Masood, Richard, um, everyone. All right, so this was yesterday. All right, if you have, well, this was yesterday. It was my best day of the year yesterday, and it was doing divergence trades for the most part. There were some conservative trend trades that I was doing, which is a whole different thing, but I can get into that in a few minutes. Trade smarter. Start your free trial today. Really, the stuff I'm going to show you guys today. There is a beta version. This says right there, beta, right at the beginning of it. There's a beta version available that I'm going to make available anyway. I didn't make it available right now. I actually had kind of a screw up with TradingView. Um, and you guys that are either on the trial or you are subscribed, send me an email that says beta version in the subject line with your TradingView login ID. Whatever ID is that you use. For me, I hover over this and I'm TV trades. For you, you probably have a thing over here that you hover over, and you'll be whatever you are, whatever your ID is. You're going to have to send me that if you want to get access to this, because I'm not done with it. I'm still working on it. But it's really good, and it's good enough so that you guys can take it and use it. Um, hang on. Hang on. Hang on. I got 10 different things going on here. Um, so you can take it and use it right now. Now. Basically, all it does, it gives you an arrow before you need to trade. It gives you an arrow in the direction you need to trade before you need to trade. You get the arrow, you go short. 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 You get the arrow, you go long. You get the arrow, you go long. You get the arrow, you go long. This one didn't work. You get the arrow, you go long. You get the arrow, you go long. Arrow long, arrow long, arrow long, arrow long. You get the picture, right? It's pretty simple stuff. Um, what I wanted to do is give you some sort of an indication. This started out as being an indication to let you know when to trade. To let you know a bar ahead of time. These little the vertical bars down here to let you know a bar ahead of time when to expect to trade. But then it morphed into something even better, and now I just morphed it into something even better. So, you know, I'm trying to make it as easy for you as I can by making it as easy for me as I can. And so that's why I stand. Wow, how did I get 10 messages? Who the heck sent me 10 messages? Gosh, a whole bunch of people sent me 10 messages. I guess 10 people sent me one message. I didn't even notice that. Anyway, so what we have, I'm just looking here. What we have going on is this is a NQ50 range. Okay, so every bar is 50 ticks. So your stop, it can be 50 ticks, it can be less than 50 ticks, because if it's going to work, it's usually going to work right away. Okay, most of them work pretty much from the open of the bar. They might pull back, if they pull back a full bar length, then it's probably not going to work out. All right, but the risk management would be the same as I always do. If you get 20 ticks in profit on a 50 range bar, you move your stop to break even. It would always be the same if you're going to do that. Now, I'm going right here to what Market said just a few minutes. And this is probably going to answer your question too, Daryl. What Market said a few minutes ago about the DOM stuff. When I had said, this is the NQ, so let me bring out my NQ DOM. Okay. So on the NQ, if you're trading on a 100 range bar, and let's say, you're trading on a 100 range bar. Now, the way that the TV trades, the way that the triggers work out, the way that they tend to work out is they get you in at the beginning of the bar, or at the bottom of the bar, or close to the bottom of the bar. So your stop doesn't have to be that big. So, given that information, if you're trading, like let's change this to 100 range, okay? If you're trading a 100 range bar, knowing that if you get an indication it's typically going to get you in at closer to the bottom of the bar than the top of the bar, if you put your stop, let's say you do a 30 by 70 split, or maybe a 35 by 65 split, it's going to execute within a single bar. Okay, it doesn't even have to use up the whole bar. 35 by 65 would use up 100 ticks, but you don't even have to use up the whole 100 ticks. You could do like a 30 by 60, and it's only going to use 90 ticks within the bar. But you're going to execute the whole trade within that bar. So you just put the order on, you get in there, and you let it do its thing. You don't have to worry about bumping your stop and all that stuff. Just put the order on, let it do its thing. And if you had, if you had a, let's say you had a 60 by 40, right here is 60 ticks, right here is 60 ticks, right there is 60 ticks. I think that might have stopped you out. It might have gone down 40 right there. But but that's all you have to do is put that on. All right, that's Mark was just saying that's really worked out for him. It's worked out well for him. This, John, for anybody that's a subscriber right now, that's like you, anybody that's already active or anybody that's on the trial right now, I'll give you access to this. Okay, so you can start using it now if you want to. I mean, I really minimized it in here. I broke it down so it really doesn't have anything. The password is XXX, uppercase. And I really broke it down so it doesn't have much in here at all. It's just got a couple of things in there. There's some of the things in here that are still in there, but most of them don't have any effect at all. All right, I was taking some of those things out, but because when I finally do put it into the regular trigger, this is a beta, so I only have a couple of things in here that you need to turn on and off. I didn't want to create like a million questions about, do I need to put this on, do I need to put that on? Because if you put this in here, inside here you have all this stuff, and then you have all this stuff. And turning this on actually disables and enables other things on the other side. If you just turn that on with the password in there, then it enables all this stuff and it disables some of this stuff and overwrites some of it. So I want to simplify everything because I'm getting a lot of questions about that. And the last thing I want to do is create work for me. If I'm creating work for me, that means it's too complicated for you. So I'm really trying to hang on. Target view trades.com. Alright, so I'm really trying to simplify things for you guys because it simplifies it for me too. I mean, it really simplifies it for me. And the other John. Okay, yeah, well, all you guys got to do, no, you don't have to change. This is just for this thing. As a matter of fact, I'm going to take the password stuff out for this. So anybody that has access to this will be able to use it. I'm just going to take the password out. You don't even have to worry about the password. Okay, I'll just take the password out, Johnny. Okay, so you can forget about the password. All right, I know right now I have it set, but let me just take that out. Okay, just forget about the password. Let's see, oops. Well, you can see it does different things, but I'll take the password out so you don't even have to worry about it. Okay. And the alert bias, I'll probably take that out too, because if you leave that on, I mean, if you take it off, I don't remember if I made it do anything or not. Yeah, see, I really simplified things in here. So I don't think the alert bias does anything anymore. Does it? Yeah, I guess it gives you some more things down here. It does. It gives you more options down there. To let you know that trades might be going in the opposite direction. But but you don't really need that either. So for the beta version, I'm just going to simplify it as much as I can for you guys. Okay? And beta version doesn't mean it's it's like brand new and you guys are my guinea pigs. I mean, this is good stuff. It's stuff I've been working on for a long time, and it's good stuff. I'm just trying to make it better stuff, but it's good enough now that you can get in there and make some money pretty easy with it. And this is the NQ. This is the NQ on 100 range, right? I start out at the NQ on a 50 range, and you can see in here just time after time. It says sell short, it goes down. It says sell short, it goes down. It says sell short, it goes down. It says sell short. It pulled back a little bit, and then it went down. Short, down, short, down, short, down, short. That went up a little bit, and then it went down. Short, this is the first real stop out right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1 out of 10 was the stop out. And those wins are 50 tick wins. Every one of those wins is a 50 tick win. So do the math. Please go to the settings inputs. In here there's not going to be anything that you have to do. All right? You just got to turn it on. I think I have it shut off by default, and you just got to turn that on. That's all you're going to have to do. All right? In style, you don't have to touch a thing in there. Okay? If the arrow color is wrong, I think this is the color of the arrow right here. Yeah, this is the color of the arrow right here. So if you want to change the color of the arrow, it's right here. Okay? But I don't think the color up and down matter, does it? Oh, I guess it does. I guess I did do it that way. The color, you can change the color up and down if you want to. I didn't realize I wrote that in. So it's really, really simple. Okay. I wanted to make it as easy as possible, so I didn't have so much explaining to do in here, and then after the fact, because I'm going to be going away, and if I open this up to you guys right now, and you guys got a million questions over the weekend, I am not going to be able to answer them. Okay, I'm going to be traveling tomorrow, and then with family all day on Friday, and most of the day on Saturday, and then traveling again Saturday into Sunday, and so it's going to be a long few days for me. No fun at all. I'd much rather be sitting here trading and making money. Now, that said, for anybody that's just getting in, because I know some of you guys get in here a little bit late, this is a beta version of the TV Trades Tri-Range Trigger. If you are subscribed to TV Trades, you will get access to this. All right. If you're subscribed to TV Trades or you're on the trial for TV Trades, I'll give you access to it. You got to send me an email. There'll be an email that goes out to you automatically after this thing is done from GoToWebinar. In that email, there'll be another notification there saying just send me your TradingView login ID and put beta in the subject line. All right. If you put beta in the subject line, then I will stick your ID in the group and I will enable it for you. You have to be a subscriber, an active subscriber to TV Trades, or you have to be in the TV Trades trial. So if you're not in the trial yet, if you haven't taken a trial yet, go here to tvtrades.com, tv-trades.com. Sign up for the free 3-day trial. The $25 a week one is probably the most expensive out of all of them. I mean, I know it's cheaper right there at $25 a week, but it's actually the most expensive out of all of them. This is the cheapest out of all of them. This is like 23% cheaper than that annually, and this is like 28% cheaper than that annually, I think. So sign up for whatever you want to sign up for, all right? But sign up for the trial anyway. If you don't get in the trial, you're not going to get access to anything. That's it. I'm done. You guys done? Just kidding. Kevin, you just got to, once I give it to you, once I give you access to it, it'll be in your invite only section, all right? It'll be in here somewhere. It'll say beta. I was having trouble, for some reason, I don't know why, I was having trouble publishing it, making it available in the invite only section. So I'm gonna have to figure out what the heck is going on with that. But I mean, worst case scenario, I would have to overwrite something else that I've created that was already a beta, like this TV Trades beta 1. I could overwrite that and republish it. And either way, you'll get access to something that says beta in the subject line. I mean, in the header. I mean, in the description, in the name. It'll say beta in the name. Okay. You'll get access to something like that when you send me the email, and it'll be this. Now, the stuff that's up here on price, you see, I don't have anything up here on price right now. I don't have any other indicator. I only have one indicator going, and it's this one right here. Okay, because everything is in there. Okay, everything is in there. And these numbers down here tell you how far it went into profit. From the trigger bar, on the trigger bar, how far that particular bar went into profit. Right, and that's just the first bar. It carries on into the next bar usually. Okay, so this is just a super easy way for you guys to just get in there, take this, and make some money. Alright, I'm making it as easy as I can for everybody to get in here and make money as quickly as they can. Alright, now let me scroll down and see the questions. There's a whole bunch of questions. I gotta go from the bottom up. Yes, Wayne, way back to the beginning question at 257. So much has changed from the very beginning. The very beginning, it's kind of funny. I know I have a picture of the very beginning stuff somewhere. And everybody's saying you can hear me okay. The recording should be going well right now, I think. Let me just check that and make sure. Yeah, it looks like that's going okay. All these things here, if you guys don't know, these are all the alerts that are getting sent out to Telegram right now. All right, everything you see popping up down here is going out to Telegram. That is something that I didn't add into this. Well, I did add it in, but it's not in this beta version right now. In the regular version, in here, in the range trigger, in here, there are alerts, right? That was a big deal when I first did it. Enable the trigger alerts. So with that, you would, you come here to alert, And if you have the TV trades range trigger, this one here, the range trigger, not the beta one, but that one, you just go to any alert function call and say create. All right. In here is how you set up the notifications. It can notify you in the app. You should have the app on your phone. And if you want to get buzzed on your phone when a trade sets up, check that box. Okay. Toast notification, that's the thing that pops up over here. An email, obviously you know what that is. Webhook, that's what I use to send it to Telegram, to send these messages out like that to Telegram. And you can have it play sound on your headset. All right. Those are the ways you can do that. Now, if you were to go into one of the other things, like say the sniper, let me show you what the sniper looks like. Okay, inside the sniper there's a different kind of alert. In here, if you choose the sniper, then you have all these pre-made alerts that I have. Aggressive alerts for aggressive snipe longs and snipe shorts. Just the regular sniper long and sniper short. And notices to let you know that the next bar is likely to be the one that's going to give you an alert. That was a notice to let you know that there's another one coming up. Okay, and if you try to put the sniper on a bar that's not a range, it's going to tell you it's not a range. Okay. Alright. Now, I know I said at the beginning that I didn't have much to say, but I know that I'm going to have a lot. How would the swing trades come along? I'm getting closer and closer, Abe. I'm getting closer and closer. Okay. And Wayne, it's available to you guys now. Will there be a training video? This is your training video. Should you pull? It should pull the trigger for you. It's asking too much. You had to set it up so it actually puts trades on for you. I've created that, you know. You guys have seen that, haven't you? I turned 1,000 to 600,000 in like 8 months. You didn't see that? Fully automated thing. Anyway, it's a whole different ball of wax. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Before you guys get too excited, I'm not distributing anything like that. That requires a whole different level of licensing that I used to have that I never want to do again. Since the trading view DOM, that's helping you there. I'm scrolling up to do all the questions from the bottom right now. When does the arrow shows up after the bar is closed? That is correct, Dan. The arrow shows up after the bar is closed. Hang on, I'm getting up close to the top of the questions, most recent questions. Do you need to send me a message in Telegram to get access to it? Send me an email, John, because I'm going to go look at all the emails tonight. You can send me one in Telegram too. I'll look at that at some point, but I'm going to be getting a lot of crap together tonight. And sadly, I had to go get my suit tailored. I say sadly because, you know, I used to be in such good shape. Anyway, how do you get the bait up? Well, it'll be in your invite only section. Okay. I'm just scrolling up to all the questions. I'm getting near the top right now. Can I explain, Joel? Yes, I can in just a minute. Okay. Send me an email for requests. That's good, John. You're good. What would be the ideal range settings? I have good results for the Abe, for the MES, it would be the same settings that I use for the ES. You would use the same things on the MES. Okay, I'd use a 7 range myself, but I know some of the guys out there use a 19 range. All right, so it's a multiple of 4 minus 1 is what you would use for that. But with the ES and the range that you have with ES, I would use something smaller, you know, between say 7 and 24, maybe something like that. Right, because you know it depends how much you want to trade and how much time you have to sit at your computer. If you have a lot of time to sit at your computer and wait for the trades, and the larger the time frame is, you know, the fewer trades you're going to get. So the only case you need is to add this. Yeah, that's the only thing. That's the only thing you really need to add. All right, the other stuff, like, you know, with the TV trades, when you add that part up here on the top, this gives you indications. If you put the beta version of this in here, then that gives you indications that come from the optimum range trigger setups. All right, the optimum range trigger setups, that's where you're getting these numbers from. All right, but those are not the same as these. As you can see, they're not the same. So you don't have to use that, you don't have to turn that on, but you do need to know that there's a difference between them. Something else that I set up for you guys, though, if you want to use it, I created this. It's in the TV trades, right? It's in TV trades, and if you click on this thing right here on the side, and then you click on the data window tab right there, Then right here it says sell profit ticks and buy profit ticks. I set that up for every single bar. Okay, so what it's going to show you is from the open to the top of the bar and from the open to the bottom of the bar, and every single bar is going to do that for you. So I know everybody goes back and you do back testing. You go back and you look at this and you say, okay, well, how far did that one go? It's right here, how far it went. Every single bar tells you from the open, that one went up 26 and down 24, and the other way around, up 24 and down 26. This one went up 0 and down 50. This one went went down 5 and up 45. You see all that information is right here for you, and that's within the TV trades. Okay, so you can go in here. If you don't want to have any of the other stuff on, you can shut the beta off. It's still going to show it. You don't have to show anything else in there with the TV trades if you just want to have that information. You can shut everything else off. Hang on, let me shut it all off. There. Okay, so now you just got this down here and you got that information over there. Now the stuff down here that's showing, it does pretty much correspond to the actual arrows. Alright, but you're going to see some things down here that don't correspond to the arrows. That's the stuff that gets filtered out. Dan, I think that kind of answered your question, right? Does it correspond to the current range trigger overbought and oversold? There's more to it than just the overbought and oversold. And can I show it to you on an ES7 range? Sure. I almost lost my voice this morning. It's getting really bad now. But here you go. Hang on, let me take a drink, okay? All right. Yes, you just send us the ID, and I'll send it off to you. I still have to make it. I have to publish it. There's a thing down here where you publish indicator. That is usually blue, and when I click on this, it's not letting me actually publish it, but it will let me publish other things that I've already created. It's not letting me publish anything new for some reason. So I'll make a workaround for that. I'll figure it out. You guys don't need to worry about that. But Dan, Dan, I gotta look something up about you. But down here, this is what you were looking for, right? John F. The numbers down here are the numbers that correspond to the arrows, right? And that's just the initial bar. It's not any follow-up bar. It's just the initial bar. So this one right here wouldn't have worked out, but everything after that would have worked out okay. Okay, this one right here, that wouldn't have worked out. That one doesn't look like it would be. There was a span right here. Do I have the thing? Let me just check this. I do have it on. Okay, the alert. Let's see what that did. See, it shut off all those numbers down there. Okay, and the tri-trigger arrow. Okay, that's what that does. Just making sure. There's a span right here where it got choppy, where it didn't work out so well. Now, we're almost halfway through this session, so I want to show you guys some other stuff too. Okay, that has to do with the regular trading and all that. D-Small, you're gonna have to send it to me in an email. Send it to me in an email, okay? You like to trade the NQ 100, right? Is there a better time of the day to trade? The best time of the day to trade with the NQ, it's most active in the first hour is the most active time. And the thing to do, Tamjo Group, is put it on like a 5-minute like this. If you're wondering when the best time to trade or when the most volatility is going to be there, put it on like a 5-minute like that. Okay, and then go here to indicators and go to technicals and then go all the way down to the bottom to volume like that. You can see where the volume spikes are. Okay, right here at 9:30 is where you had the most volume. That's on a 5-minute. So that's going to carry out. I mean, that's going to carry forward to any kind of range bar. Okay, and right here at the end of the session. Now today, Trump's doing something at 4 o'clock. So this was not today. This was yesterday. But if we go forward to today, fast forward, you see how there's like very little volume in here. If I stretch it out like this, so you don't have that one big candle there, you can see that there is volume. When you get into the nighttime hours right here, that's what this shaded area is the nighttime hours. There is volume in there, and then the European markets open up right here. Okay, so that's when the volume starts to pick up again. That's usually when I start trading again. And then I go back to bed right about here, and then I get up right about here, and but you can see when the markets opened up this morning, the volume is right here, and it peters out a little bit here once you get toward lunchtime, And usually at the end of the day, today's kind of odd because um, the markets have been, well, a little messy because Trump's going to do his tariff thing today, and that's coming up in a half an hour. And Wayne said it looks like the 5-minute bar works out real well. It does. Every bar works out real well. It's not just range bars that it works on, but range bars are best, in my opinion, for the scalping that I do. The range bars are best because I know ahead of time what my stop is going to be on every single trade. I know ahead of time what my stop is going to be. If you get a 5-minute bar like this or like this right here, you don't know until the bar closes how big your stop's going to be. Well, you kind of do, but you can be looking at the swing high and the swing low, and then you have to do risk reward analysis on every single bar, every single trade. But you don't have to do that when you're using range bars. You do it all ahead of time, and you can see, bam, it's right there in front of you. That's my opinion. And so the beta version does not have any alerts at this point. That is correct. I didn't put anything in there that you could enable. The alert is a visual alert. It's not any kind of alert you can type in. You can probably set something up here. I left the code in there, but you can't turn it on or off in here, so you're better off not turning on the alert for the beta. Okay, because you're going to get unexpected results. Because I didn't try to code anything for that. And I did try to go in there and take out some of the crap that you might have questions about. I tried to minimize it as much as I can. I'm going to take the password out too. That won't even be a thing. For right now, I'll take the password out. Okay, so this is only going to be available to people who are on the trial. So you got to take the trial, or people who are active subscribers. Nobody else will get access to this. Okay, how often do you have to adjust the range bar sizes, or is it going to stay the same? I've kept it the same for, 2022 I switched on the ES from a 4 range to a 7 range in 2022. But from, say, 2008 to 2022, I traded the ES on a 4 range. So it's not going to happen very often. Let's see. Okay, it's not a common thing to switch time frames. The only reason you would want to switch time frames is because you want to let trades run longer. If you have time and if you have the patience for that, and you want to go from like a 50 range to a 100 range because you see the 100 range is working out pretty well, then do that if you want to. Just know the risk is going to be more and the targets are going to be more. So the risk and reward are both going to increase. And the time in trade is also going to increase. I have a 2-hour window every day, so I can't do that. Joel, you're going no explanation. You have to go. Okay. You got here late, so you're leaving early. The explanation is you just have to put this on. And if you get a down arrow, you go short. If you get an up arrow, you go long. It's not that complicated. But go here to tvtrades.com if you want to take the trial. Okay, just go to tvtrades.com to take the trial. And this is a beta TV Trades tri-range trigger. I'm not going to go through everything else that TV Trades has to offer, but I will tell you that this is pretty cool. All right, I will go through everything else, but I'm not going to try to jam it all into 1 minute so that you can go. But but I did answer your question. All right, I do answer everybody's questions. All right, you came in late, so I didn't get your question. All right, so what's the recommended stop and target for 16 range on the S? Okay, I got that right in here. If you go here to targetviewtrades.com, target view, not TV, but targetviewtrades.com, I have all that stuff right in here. Job. Okay, if you go to more and you go to risk management right here. Okay, go to risk management right there. I have all this stuff outlined for you right here. This is what I use. All right, I don't use a 16 range. I use a 15 range. Remember, multiple of 4 minus 1. I use a 15 range instead of a 16 range, but I have a 20 tick stop that trails to break even after 8 ticks in profit with a 40 tick target. All right, that's for the 15 range, but it's all right here. Did you see how I got to that? Targetviewtrades.com. Targetviewtrades.com. Go to more and then risk management. Okay, it's right here for you. It's available right there on the website, on this website. The TV Trades doesn't have any of that stuff. if you guys haven't gone to targetviewtrades.com, there's a bunch of things out here that you can watch videos about all the things that you don't know how to do, like Joel G. All the things that you want to see, they're all in here. Right? You go to more, and there's all these individual things you can go and watch all these individual videos to see how to use all the little pieces of the tvtrades.com stuff. But this thing that I'm doing right now, this is the first time you guys have ever seen this, so nobody knows how to use it yet, right? So what I'm showing you right here is the equivalent of what I would put in one of those videos, but really there's not that much to it. With the 50 range, the way that I do things in the morning, I have a 50 range. When I trade the 50 range, I have a 60 tick stop with a 75 tick target. But if you're doing just the one bar thing, like I had said in a couple of those videos, and that's what Mark has said has really helped his trading. If you're doing it, you have a 50 tick bar, so you can have your stop and target within 50 ticks. You can have a 20 by 30 bracket that's going to happen within a single bar. So if you get into a trade, you just put the trade on, and most of the time it's going to get you in the trade at a good enough space, so it's going to retrace maybe 15 and then run 35. Okay, it's usually going to get you in at a good enough space. Like this one right here, if you look over here, up to the top, it went, well, this is 100 range. Up to the top, it only went 10 ticks, and then it went down 90. So if you were doing, say in this, if you're doing a 40 by 60 split, you'd have your 60 ticks right there really easy. And on this one right here, if you did the same 40-60 split, again, you'd have your 60 because it only went up 34 ticks from the open. You see that stuff is right over here on the side. I built it into every bar. If you have the TV trades indicator on here, you have that built in for every single bar. It tells you that information. Okay. 20-30, the 20 would be the stop, and the 30 would be the target. I would never do it the other way around. The stop will always be smaller than the target. Now, you'll note that when I trade, I don't usually get the full target. The NQ is the only one I really ever get the full target on. I don't say ever, but I hardly ever get the full target on all the other ones. The NQ is the one I usually get the full target on. When I do get a full target. Okay. The other ones are just, if it starts to run, then it's got something to run up to, and I don't have to chase my stop, because sometimes you get into a trade and it'll gap, and it might gap 30 ticks, and if I got a 25 tick target on that, then we get 25 of those 30 ticks, because sometimes it'll gap right up and then gap right back down, and I like to have targets on just to take advantage of that. All right, but with the NQ, a lot of times it'll trade right up to that target. Like today, for instance, I had 5 trades on the NQ, and 2 of them were full trades, full target trades. One was +4 and 2 of them were +75. That's 3 out of the 5 trades. The other 2 trades were break even this morning. But yesterday I had 17 trades on the NQ, and I was up 516 ticks on the NQ yesterday. So I had a bunch of them yesterday. I won't go through all of them, but I had a whole bunch of them yesterday. That's 516 ticks with one contract. Right? I trade 10 contracts, so it was a whole bunch of ticks yesterday. That's why yesterday was my best day. That picture that I had up at the beginning. This one. It's my best day of the year. That was on a 50 range chart, Wayne. I was in 50 range chart. I had a 60 by 75 bracket. I can tell you what I did. My first trade was +3. My next trade was +8. My next trade was +8. My next trade was +75. My next trade went another 75. Next trade was 20 something. My next trade was 75. My next trade was a small number. Then the next trade was another 75. Then the next trade was a small number. The next trade was a small number. The next trade was, when I say small number, I mean it wasn't 75. But between 4 and 20 ticks, I only had one more 75. It was the last trade of the day. I went from 441 up to 516 ticks. That was my last trade of the day. But yeah, it was a great session. That was on the NQ. Yeah, it was all on the NQ. And like you said, the market just went up close to 100 ticks. And 100. Well, what time is it? It's 3:35. So this is the S. I wouldn't use the S on 100 range. Jim, sorry you joined late because of work. You have seen you. It is. Do I trade rooms for Do you do trade rooms for large range trades? I don't, but what I'm going to say, Jim, is you can trade whatever you want. This is the ES on 100 range, but the NQ is something you would want to trade on 100 range, not the ES. And I don't do trade rooms for larger time frames because the trades take too long. The stuff I do in the room, I do it on a smaller time frame because I want you guys to see that it works over and over and over again. But like right here, while we've been sitting here, while I've been talking from 3 o'clock, we had one trade here that went 19 ticks into profit. We had one trade here that went, this one went, the open, what was it? The open was right here. The open of this bar right here. So that one went 100 ticks into profit. We had this one right here that went 100 ticks into profit. So we had 200 tick trades right here while I was talking. All right, and that one went more than 100. That one went like 300. This one's still at 100 right now, but this one went like 300 ticks while I've been talking. Okay, the arrow is the direction, and it's the bar before the entry. It says, okay, you got an up arrow, go long on the next bar. You got an up arrow, go long on the next bar. You got a down arrow, go short on the next bar. You got a down arrow, short on. These two didn't work out. You got a down arrow, go short on the next bar. You got an up arrow, go long on the next bar. Up arrow, go long. Up arrow, go long. That's all it's saying. Okay. How much is a tick? It's $5 a tick. $5 per contract per tick. So when I do it with 10 contracts, it's $50 a tick. Okay. So that's why yesterday was my best day of the year, because I killed it on the NQ. I actually did really well with the ES too, and it was odd what we did yesterday. On the ES, we were up 92 ticks, and that's a big number on the ES. And today we had the same exact number, 92 ticks on the ES. It's weird that it came out that way. But yesterday we were up $3,990 a contract, and today we're up $1,945 a contract. I did a lot more talking today than I did yesterday. You can see today I only traded 23 times, and yesterday I traded 39. And Russell had my number yesterday. Today I did okay. I didn't lose any money today. And yesterday I did well with gold, and today I didn't. Yesterday I killed it on the NQ, and I didn't trade as much NQ today. So you can see in this right here, you guys can all have access to this. This spreadsheet goes back to January 2nd of 2013. It's got all my daily results going all the way back to January 2nd of 2013. Okay. It's what I do every day, over and over and over again. And this month was my first time I took a vacation in 15 years, where I took an actual week-long vacation. The first month of March, and we ended up doing pretty well in the month of March. In March, we're up $26,805 with one contract. In March, only working 3 weeks. I got to take a week off every month. All right, so what time is it right now? It's 3:39. I got 21 minutes left. The thing that I wanted to cover with you guys, I've been covering this in the morning. I'm in a morning session, but I know you guys, well, first, you don't belong to the morning session, and even if you did, a lot of you guys can't make it. Let me put this down for a second and put the other one up. All right, the normal TV trades. Sorry, it's in here. The normal range trigger. Okay. Now, when you get your signals on the normal range trigger, let's put the password in. And we'll put that guy on there. Okay. It's thinking. 20 minutes. All right. So when you get an indication to go long or short, the market's always doing the same thing, right? It's always going up and down, up and down, up and down, and then down and up and down, up and down and up, right? It's going up and down, up and down, up and down, up. And then this is where it can't go down below. This is where it's trying to go up above. If it goes below that and then it goes up without going up above that, you just change trend, right? So knowing that that's what the market's always trying to do. And the other piece of information that you have is the market is usually trying to retrace half of the move that it's done. It's trying to trace half of the leg that it had. All right, so if it goes up, didn't mean to do that. If it goes up like this is the halfway mark right here. It's usually trying to pull back to that halfway mark, find support, and then do another leg this big right here. Okay, that big right there. So knowing that, And this is, the stuff that I do in the morning. You guys, I'm able to walk you through this stuff while it's happening, but I'm just telling you right now, this is something you can consider. When you get a trade like this, when it's going up in here into the overbought, and it's giving you the white line there on in here, and you're in the overbought, excuse me. When you're in the overbought and it's giving you that white line, you're in the oversold and it's giving you that white line. Consider this. All right. I wish I hadn't erased this. I could just take all this stuff off. Let me see if I can remove that. There we go. Consider this. Where this pulled back down here and it gave you the white down here saying go long at the open of the next bar. All right. This was your leg length up. Right here was your leg length up. Right. This, well, I'll just use this. Okay, this was your leg length up. And so 50% of that leg length up is right here. So when it pulls back like this, and it gives you that indication here, at an area that it should bounce, that is when you want to make sure you take that trade, because it should duplicate that last leg right there. That should happen again. And right here, you see it did the same thing again. It didn't give you an indication down here, but if it would have given you the indication, then that would have been the leg that you want to take right there. And so, just so you have an idea what to expect out of the trade, the first thing you should expect is it's going to get to the prior swing high. Right? That's the very first thing you should expect, is that it's going to get to the prior swing high. And beyond the prior swing high, it should go this far right here. You guys all remember the diamond principle, right? We've done videos about that in the past. It should go that much farther than the swing high. Okay, so when it goes up and it goes down, this is how much farther it should go beyond the swing high. Right? And this is how long it should take. If it goes that long there, then this little piece of information that you have right here carries over to here, and this piece of information that you have right here carries over to here. So what price should do then is go, hang on, let me just do this. I figured out this one how to make a different color. Okay, so what price should do then, it's going up like this, right? You got price going up like this, and the lines actually trail price. So it goes up like this, and the lines are trailing price, and then it starts going down, right? Your bars start going down like this, and then it gets down here, and then the bars start going up again. And what you expect is when it exceeds this prior swing high right there, that is your time element. This space between here and here is the time element. That's how long it should take to do that same distance over here, right? To go from here to here. Do you see what I mean? Those are a lot of words for me to say. Okay, when it goes up this far, it should go down this far. And because it's gone that far there, it should go that much further right there. That's basically what I was saying. Okay, this leg here should be the same as this leg here. Right? I know those are a lot of words, but I just want if you understand that, you understand what the market is trying to do, the information that it's given to you. A lot of times people want to just rely on the indicators to tell them what to do, and I'm doing my best to create indicators that do tell you exactly what you need to know. Right? You don't need to know anymore. You just say, okay, it's an arrow that says go long. You go long. You don't really need to know any more than that, right? But when you're actually trading, if you're actively trading and you see there happens to be a lot of arrows and nothing's following through, and you're wondering, if you start to wonder, just keep that in mind. That's what the market is always trying to do. It's always trying to do the same thing. It doesn't change. There are three states of the market. It's going up, it's going down, or it's going sideways. And with range bars, when it goes sideways, because range bars are true price action bars, they have to exceed the range to get to the next bar. If it goes sideways, you can stay right here in this range for a long time, but if the bar doesn't exceed the range of the bar, you could be in this one bar right here for 2 hours, for 10 hours, if it doesn't exceed the range of the bar. If I bump this to let's go to like 1,000 range. Okay, we're going to have like 1 bar a day. This was on the 2nd of April. So we had 2 bars, 3 bars, 4 bars, 5 bars. We had 5 bars on 1,000 range today. 5 bars today. And yesterday we had 1, 2, 3, 2 bars. 2 bars yesterday. So you could be stuck in this bar all day long. I don't recommend doing that, but that's the difference between range bars and every other kind of bar. Range bars are just better. They're just better. You got more information, and the more information you have, the better decisions you can make. All right, that was a lot of words. In 6 minutes, I said a whole bunch of things right there. 7 minutes, it just turned to 46. All right, so questions. My best day results yesterday in the morning trading room, is that recorded? Could you get a copy in Telegram to replay? There is. I did make some replay, some copy stuff in there, John, yesterday and today. I have some stuff. I can send it to you. Send me a message in Telegram if you didn't already. I think you already did, but send me a message in Telegram. I'll just give you the 2 videos that I have. It's probably about an hour's worth of recording that I did. All right. Oh, good. Okay, I can just send you that then. Okay, anybody that wants to see that stuff that I did yesterday or this morning, the stuff that it was a lot along the lines of what I was doing right here, talking about right here, but in live markets, when I was actually taking trades. Send me a message in Telegram. Okay. And John L, I saw a message today that you had sent through, I think it was through the website. I will have to try to remember to send you that. All right, the stuff that you know in the web page, there's like this thing down here. If you send messages through that, it might take me a week to get that message, because it doesn't actually go to me. It actually goes to Jada, and she doesn't look at that. so when she looks at it, she'll forward it to me. But so if I could remove that, I would. I don't know how to remove it. And it's on both websites too, isn't it? I know, maybe it's just on that one. It's just on the one. That's right. Because this one here I did in WordPress, and this one is in like the GoDaddy default stuff. Anyway, the alert beeps are very loud on your side. They're only loud to you. I actually can't shut them all off. I can shut the speaker off. No, I can't do that either. I don't even know where they're coming from. I don't even know what computer they're coming from. But sorry about that, John. I guess I could turn the volume off on this computer. I guess that's over here. If I turn the volume off on this computer, I don't think it will harm anything. I don't think. There. Okay, so I turned the volume off on this computer, but I'm not sure if those beeps are coming from this computer. Email address to send the credentials to get the beta version. Send it to support@targetviewtrades.com. Support@targetviewtrades.com. Yeah, I know. John's sensitive. I think he's got his earbuds turned all the way up. But see, on the 50 range, even on the 50 range, while we've been talking, look at all these ticks you could have made in there. Some really nice trades that triggered again and again and again. It's out there. You know, this will be a really easy thing for you to trade. Those of you guys, like Mark, you were saying you want to do the single bar thing where you have like a 20 by 30 split in a single bar. This is the same stuff. You know, it's just going to say, oh, buy the open of the next bar. 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 And if you have your range built within a bar, I mean, it doesn't have to be 100. It doesn't have to be 75 or 50. You know, it can be whatever you want. That came from another computer. That one, John. I shut the volume off on this one, so that must be coming from this computer over here. Let me see if I can shut the volume off on that one. That one doesn't have a headset on it, so that's probably why it's making so much noise. Hang on. Well, the volume is off on that. And I'm not connected to anything that should be making any beeps over there. Alright. Okay. I don't know where the beeps are coming. They could be on my phone for all I know. Anyway. 3:50. We have 10 minutes left. 10 minutes left, and I think I covered most of the stuff that I wanted to cover. That never happens. Wait. Michael W. Oh, the market just went up 100 ticks. Okay, that's what you were telling me. You know, but this works on everything. If you want to do it on the YM, you know, I wouldn't do the YM on a 100 range, but you could do the YM on a 50 range if you wanted to. But it works on everything, right? On a 100 range even, it's still working on the YM, but you don't get that many trades. This is all this morning. This is on the 50 range, but it's this morning. See some great trades in there. And while we've been talking, we had one right here. That's gone up about 100 ticks on the YM. I'm not sure it worked because I didn't really do anything. But maybe they just shut off. What time is it? 3:51. I don't know. It says I'm disconnected over there, but I should have been disconnected the whole time. All right. So I didn't get to place a single trade in this session. Sorry about that, guys. I don't have the thing published in the beta yet, but if you guys send me, first of all, you gotta be on the trial. You either have to be on the trial, or you have to be an active subscriber to get access to it, right? If you're not on the trial, you're not an active subscriber, I won't be able to give you access to it. Support at targetviewtrades.com. Support at targetviewtrades.com. So, okay, I'll type it in here. I don't know if everybody will see this, but I'll type it and hopefully you all will. Support at targetviewtrades.com. It'll be in an email that's sent out to you afterward too. Okay. But just email me there. Send me your TradingView login ID. Okay, and I will give you the beta version. Give you access to the beta version. All right. Eventually, I'm going to build the beta version into the regular one. There's so much in the regular one right now that it would be confusing for me to just throw in this and then there'd be a million questions about turning things on and off and all that. So I thought I'd make it really simple and give you a beta version that's not mixed in with all this stuff right now. Okay. I gotta make it simple on me too, because I'm not going to be here to answer your questions for a couple days. I will take my laptop with me, so if you guys have any crises or if you need me to, cancel your registration or anything like that, I'll have my laptop with me, so I'll be able to do that to some degree. All right. This is unusual. It's not 4 o'clock, and I feel like I've said everything that I wanted to. It's not a getaway, John. I'm going to a funeral. But I do get to see my family again. so that's good. It's always fun to see my sisters. Well, the thing that I was going to show you about this, I did show you that, right? The retracement, if it's pulling back and it's at a point where it should find support resistance and you get an indication to go long or short, then you should. Okay, you really should. But yeah, I'm going to Connecticut this time. I'm flying into Providence and then driving to Connecticut. So one of you guys, I don't know if he's in here right now, I'll be driving right by his house in Rhode Island. He's not in here right now. Joe B. Yeah, I actually drive right by his house on the way from Providence to where I go to Connecticut. Am I doing the weekly members? I am not going to be there tomorrow night, John. I am not going to be there tomorrow morning or night or Friday morning. I am done for the week after this meeting, and after I do everything that's related to this meeting, I am done for the week. I gotta get everything ready to go for tomorrow. Because, packing Jada up and getting Jada on a plane. She just doesn't seem to realize that planes don't wait. You can't be 20 minutes late like she is for everything else. Jada time. Is there only one channel for Telegram on TV Trades? No, there's about 5. Let me show you. Okay, let's see. There's this one that's a swing trade channel that you guys don't have access to yet that I'm still working on. There's this one that's the trade signals. That I had 241 that I hadn't read. There's this one that's these are futures trade signals. This one back here was ETFs and stock trade signals. This is more for trading options, like day trading options. You can actually trade the equities too, but it's more for day trading options. Okay, to give you a short, that when you're gonna have a short burst in one direction or the other with all these things. There's that one. Cliff found it. Good. I'm glad, because I didn't send it to you. There's, hang on, I don't mean to show everybody's name over there, but there we go. So there's other channels. There's the main channel I have somewhere in here that I used to put a lot of stuff in, but I haven't put anything in a while. Jeez, you can see how long it's been since I put anything in it. Wow. All right. So these are all you guys in here, you know. But anyway, there's other channels out there for you to get access to. I will send you an email to the ones that you will be able to have access to right now. There's two of them. There's an NQ only channel that I'm working on, and a swing trade channel that I'm working on that you guys don't have access to. But the private web page, I think I'm gonna take that down, guys, because it's too much of a pain in the neck for me to keep going. I don't know if you guys use it anyway. Why is there a second short signal on a chart marked with a 9? Right here. This was the only short signal right here. Mark, that would have been a stop out. It went 9 ticks from the open to the bottom of the bar. That's what that is right there. So it gave this here that says sell the next bar, and it went 9 ticks to the bottom of the bar, and then it would have gone up from there. So this one right here says 25 because it went 25 ticks from the open to the bottom of the bar. That's what that means, Larry. Okay. Like all of these right here, it said go long on the next bar. It had 36 ticks from the open to the top. And this one had 40 ticks from the open to the top. And this one had 9 ticks from the open to the top. Okay. So, yeah, something to consider. You know, the flat spots. Flat spots are when things stop out. And, you know, the bigger the leg lengths, the more likely you're going to have a flat spot. You know, the pullbacks are like this. The market's always going like this, right? It's going up like this. And the bigger the leg length up, the bigger the leg length down to the midpoint is going to be. And if the leg length down to the midpoint is going to take more than 2 bars to do, then that's going to create a flat spot. So think of that, right? Think of that. If the midpoint is going to take more than 2 bars to get to, you're going to end up with a flat spot, right? Like this, right? This is kind of tough because it had all these little small pullbacks in here like that and like that and like that. But then it finally had the bigger pullback right here. So right here, you know, because that was a longer one, you might have expected it to go here. So you might have said, okay, that's going to take 3 bars. So we're going to get a flat spot because it's going to take 3 bars to get down there. So you had that one. That was your first one. That one was your second one. That one was your third one, giving you a flat spot. Now, the way to trade the flat spots, if you want to trade the flat spots, you know, if you don't want to just take the trades blindly like this, and you want to trade the flat spots, is put this back on in here, go to style and put the buy sell area back on like that. So in the blue area right here, you can buy when it comes out of the oversold. That's a conservative way to trade the flat spots. Okay, you buy when it comes out of the oversold. Okay, if you want to trade the flat spots. That will stop you from getting stopped out when you get into these flat spots. It's going to reduce the number of trades, and every now and then you're going to get one that doesn't go anywhere, like this one right here, right, where it came out of the oversold and it went like a couple of ticks. So it's going to reduce the number of overall trades. It still produces good enough results, you know, if you don't want to be burdened by these flat spots that are going to happen every now and then. But with what we're doing with this stuff right here, it's not triggering when it gets down into the oversold. It's triggering, you know, at different times. There's other things that are telling you to go. Okay. It's food for thought. All right, 10 seconds left. Wow. The question, just in case you got, did you hear that, John? That was the other computer shutting off. I think it's actually coming from my phone. Sorry, John. Anyway, it is 4 o'clock, and I think I covered everything. So, again, if you guys want access to the beta thing, send an email to support@targetviewtrades.com and just put beta in the subject line. If you're not on the trial, you're not going to get it. If you're not an active subscriber and you're not on the trial, you're not going to get access to it. All right. Yeah, it is Trump tariff time right now. So we'll see what happens to the markets right now. We were talking about that earlier today. You know, wondering what was going to happen as we lead up to it, the 4 o'clock hour right here. I don't know. Yeah, it's going to take a little while for him to even start talking. And then when he starts talking, who knows what's going to come out of his mouth before the significant things do. So, who knows? Who knows? We'll see what happens. Trade what's in front of you, all right? Always just trade what's in front of you. Don't make assumptions based on fundamental things that you might happen, that you think might happen. Don't ever do that. Trade what's in front of you. This is real. What you think might happen, what you think somebody might say that might make something happen, that's not real. All right, again, if you haven't taken a trial, go here to tvtrades.com. Any one of these orange things will bring you down to the bottom. That's pretty cool. Bring you down to the bottom. Trial is free for 3 days. After that, it's $25 a week or $90 a month, or $9.97 a year. The annual is the cheapest way to go. The monthly is the next cheapest, and the weekly is the most expensive over time. To get started, if you just want to get your feet wet, then the weekly is the cheapest. But if you just want to test it out, the weekly is the cheapest. The monthly is the one that most people use. You can always upgrade from one to the other afterward. Speaking of that, somebody asked me to do that yesterday, and I forgot. But that is going to be it, guys. It's 4:02, so I am going to wrap it up. This recording will be in 2 different places, okay? If you go here to Target View Trades and you go to More, it's going to be right here, upcoming and past webinars. All the recordings end up here. This was last week's, and these are all the weeks before last week. Okay, they all end up here. So you'll be able to watch a recording here. The email that's going to go out, this will also be in YouTube, and the email that's going to go out in 2 hours from now, the email that's going to go out automatically from GoToWebinar will have the information for you to send to me, and also it'll have a link to this video. Okay, the video that I created during this whole meeting. And that's it. All right. Thank you all for coming. If you have questions, I mean, I know I'm going to be away, but I'm going to have my laptop with me, so you can email your questions into me at support@targetviewtrades.com. Those of you guys that are subscribers, you know my phone number. You can text me at my phone number, and I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can.